What is going on, guys? Sergeant Moose here, back with another Texas Chainsaw Massacre video. Guys, we are doing the tech test right now. It is live. We're having tons of fun with it, man. We're trying out all the different killers from the family members. And this is probably the one I'm most excited about to make. It's about some guy in the franchise named Leatherface. You may have heard of him if you're familiar with the franchise. He's kind of the face of it, and he's an absolute freaking badass in this video game, guys. We're going to talk about him a little bit, break him down, what we know so far. Let's jump into it. So, guys, Leatherface is pretty much exactly how you would imagine him to be. He's a mindless killer. He pretty much just runs around, snuffs out a survivor, and he takes them down. That's what he does. That's what he does in the films, and I feel like they depicted that very, very well in the game. Now, with that said, he is very, very powerful, but he also does come with his disadvantages. He's not as calculated as the other killers, or should I say family members, in terms of setting the survivors up, catching them out off guard, things like that. He's not as good in chases as the other killers, and what I mean by that is obviously he's extremely bulky, so he has a hard time managing the obstacles around the map. And I guess that's a good thing, because you can't make him too OP, right? I know he's the face of the franchise, but you gotta bring it down to tone just a little bit. So what I mean by that, guys, is he can't really mantle over obstacles. He can't go through cracks in the walls. He can't go through holes in the walls. Things like that. So if you're on a chase with a really good survivor, and they're kind of looping you around, you're probably going to have a hard time bringing them down. But one thing he is good at, and honestly the best at, is taking down obstacles. There are certain obstacles that you can vault as a survivor. Leatherface is the only one that can take those down with his chainsaw. You can take doors down so they can no longer close doors on you. You can chase them right through the doors. Different things like that. So he does have a really good counter to obstacles, but in a sense, if you're in a chase and there's obstacles around you, the survivor's probably going to get away. So, I think that this is where the communication part happens with your family member teammates, guys. Because if you have the cook, or say even the hitchhiker, who can snuff out the survivors and kind of communicate with Leatherface, it's going to make it a lot easier for him to track them and kill them. And when you are on the survivor with them, pretty much in an open area, it's almost guaranteed you're probably going to take them down. Also, I wanted to mention, guys, about Leatherface's chainsaw. It does have a rev system. Again, what you would expect. Now, if you do rev this chainsaw up, he will become more powerful with the chainsaw in terms of, like, if you have it fully revved and you get hit, it's probably going to one-shot the survivor. However, you have to be careful with it, because if you do have it revved up and you happen to miss, or you take too long to swing at the survivor, the chainsaw is going to overheat. It's essentially going to go into cooldown mode. And once that happens, guys, the survivor you're chasing is gone. So I think it's important to know that if you're in a chase with a survivor, keep aware of your surroundings, how far of an open area that they're in that they can run to determine exactly how you need to rev your chainsaw. If you can get a few hits in before the survivor gets away, then there's no need to over-rev your chainsaw to overheat it. So it's kind of just a judgment thing there with the survivors, but the cooldown is pretty atrocious with him. I'm assuming it could probably be upgraded on the skill tree, but that remains to be seen. In a nutshell, though, guys, I think that Leatherface is probably going to be the most fun killer to play in the game, as he should be. Just the intimidation factor of him spawning in the basement with the survivors right at the beginning of the game. If you're a survivor and you're starting the game, you're kind of sneaking around, and you see Leatherface coming at you, you're probably going to panic just a little bit. So, very, very well done. I like the way he moves. I like his speed. I like the sound of the chainsaw, the animations. They've done such a service to Leatherface in this game, guys, and kind of depicted him the way that you would imagine him in the films. It actually feels like you're playing Leatherface in this game, so I can't be happy enough about this. But again, we'll jump more into it once the game actually releases. We can figure out his skill tree, kind of break down different things that we can add to his perk system, stuff like that, kind of figure out. But in the tech test, there's not a whole lot that you can kind of go through in terms of skill tree. You can't even really look at the skill tree. So, this is what we know so far. Leatherface, he's a mindless killer. He's got a freaking chainsaw, dude. He's gonna kill you with that chainsaw. He's gonna chase you down, and he's scary as hell, dude. That's exactly what we expected, man. He's a ton of fun to play, guys, and I can't wait to play him some more. So, with that said, guys, that's our breakdown on Leatherface that we have so far with the tech test. As soon as we find out more about him, maybe some skill tree stuff, I will be sure to be first on the scene to let you guys know. But with that said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video of our Leatherface breakdown. If you did, feel free to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Our next video, guys, is going to be on the Cook, which, in my opinion, I'm really excited about that one too, because I seem to have the most success with him, and I think he has a really good ability as well, but we'll get into that on the next video. But with that said, guys, we're going to end it here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. My name's Sergeant Moose. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care, guys.